personality isn't something that we can see. It's invisible. It doesn't have a form. But it's perfect for abstraction. So by choosing certain lines, shapes, and colors, you can represent what you feel your personality might be like. So we're going to try to use lines, shapes, and colors to create a visual representation of what our personality might look like. All right. So we're drawing our personality. I love topics like this because there really isn't a wrong answer, because you can interpret the topic in many different ways. I like to start with some ideas that are going to guide what I'm drawing. So I might want to put a couple of words that I think of when I'm thinking about my personality. Talking. I like that one. Aware. I feel like it's very important to know what's going on around you so that you can respond to it and maybe find opportunities that you didn't know were there. Create. I like to create things. Routines. I like routines. They provide some structure to some of these other ideas that are a little bit less structured. I'm going to transform these words into shapes that I think represent the ideas I'm trying to communicate. And since this is a picture of my personality, I almost see it as a portrait. So that's why the paper is tall, the way a portrait would be. Because we have the idea of routines, which is structured, matched up with being aware of everything else that's going on around you in the world, which is typically not structured. Throughout this artwork, we're going to have elements that are organized versus elements that are less organized. The idea of awareness makes me think of a neck-like structure that's up and looking around. And if my personality is looking around, I need shapes to represent the things that I'm looking around for. I might also need something that represents me grabbing those opportunities to turn them into ideas. So let's see. This is a good opportunity to add in some of that structure. I measured those out, and I cut it in half, and then I cut it into fourths, and then I cut the fourths into eighths so that it's pretty evenly spaced. But now we're going to turn it into something a little less organized. All right, one thing I don't particularly like are these long, plain, smooth areas. So I'm going to have to add something in there. And again, this is where I can work in that routines, structured, orderly part of my personality. So we'll just add something that's spaced them out. All right, so I don't necessarily have an explanation for why this is shaped this way now. It just kind of felt like that's how I want it to be shaped. And again, part of your personality are those things that maybe you can't really explain. I love drawing lines in this way that have lots of unexpected curves and turns. So, if that's something I love to draw, it seems like it's a legitimate thing to put in a picture that is illustrating my personality. All right, so it kind of opens up the space down there. The only thing left, I think, I'm gonna try to put something ordered and structured into the background. I'm just gonna use my ruler for that. Okay, so there we have it, a picture of my personality. Some things to remember. This is a picture of your personality. It's an abstract concept. So it's going to be an abstract artwork, which means that there isn't really a wrong answer to the way that you interpret the picture. Number two, it might help to jot down a list of ideas you want to illustrate. It'll keep you focused on the ideas that you want to be most important in the artwork. Remember that you can erase anything that you decide you don't like. So take some chances. If you try an idea and it turns out that that's not exactly what you want, you can always erase it. This is the end of part one. In part two, we'll start working on details, making these ideas that we sketched out today a little bit more solid. I hope you enjoyed turning your personality into an abstract artwork, and I'll see you next time. Bye.